Hey man, say man, it's your boy KJ, the host of the broadcast podcast SL Sports Language, giving you the livest, latest news information on sports and events. And I'll put it to you like this. If you got an opinion on what I say, you can debate me about it. You disagree on what I say, you can debate me about it. If you don't like what I say, debate me about it! Speaking of debate me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on, the comment section, like, comment, subscribe. I repeat, like, comment, subscribe, so you get your latest news information from your boy, the host of the broadcast podcast SL Sports Language. So here we go. Listen, man. We gotta start with the man of the hour, who used to be that guy, the fly guy, who used to be ranked number one in the NFL in the top 100, who now has been released and value has decreased. Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, the speedster, the nearly 100 miles per hour. Vroom! Now, his value isn't the same. So, if you guys don't know, now you know from me, your boy KJ, Tyreek Hill has been released. Tyreek Hill suffered a knee ACL injury. You guys seen this past season. Tyreek Hill has had some off the field complications, allegedly with, I don't know, I think it is, I'm not going to say child support, but getting a divorce from his recent wife that he had got impregnated while having other women pregnant as well, but that's not my business. He has Super Bowl appearances, Super Bowl champion. Like I said, was number one, top 100. Now, not as valuable. Now, looking for another place or another team to work with. And now, it's hard, they're saying, but there may be some hope. So I gave you some facts. Now I'm going to give you some analysts, some data that I've seen. So, allegedly, the Chiefs and him may be reunited, him and Patrick Mahomes. But they're saying the Baltimore Ravens may be a suitable home, that he may be get looked at the Baltimore Ravens. That may be a deal. But I think that Tyreek Hill value is decreased because not only common sense, when you're coming off an injury, your value is going to decrease unless you stick with that team or they buy you out your contract and you recover, right? Which usually what happens. But if you injured and you try to go to another team, or you're injured and you're a free agent and you're renegotiating, whether it be the same team or not, your chances of getting that extension may not happen. But this is one of the worst situations you can be in because not only have you been released, no, I'm not going to start there. Not only are you coming off an injury and from a losing season, but you got released. So, and I don't know how the release went. He could have probably been fighting and screaming saying, just release me or I won't play for y'all. Y'all gonna have to pay me. That could have happened too. So he probably wanted that release. But still, these teams aren't looking at the old, some are, but some aren't looking at the old, Tyreek Hill highlights when he first got in the league, when he first went to Super Bowl champion, or the second after that, after the loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They looking at now. Usually GMs are going to look at now. That was then. You're getting older. What's now? What are we getting now? And Tyreek Hill, when it comes to his prime, he already hit that. Unless he makes a comeback season. But with him being injured, is he even going to be suitable to take the field? For one, for two, he may be broken goods. And for three, an anonymous source or an anonymous GM has said we would not take a chance on Tyreek Hill. He insinuating that he's not valuable and he's just not that guy no more. This is an anonymous GM who said this. Nobody else said this. So for an anonymous GM, then they tip somebody off, then they release that into a headline. Bro, that's already a done deal. And then who's to say other GMs feel the same way? And then it's like, who is the franchise who from that GM? Who's saying that? Now, him being reunited with the Chiefs, for them to be throwing that out there in the news media, I mean, there may be some truth to it. Who knows? It'd be good on one hand, but then on the other hand, I don't think the Chiefs would go there. I don't think the Chiefs would do that because they're trying to rebuild. Patrick Mahomes still gonna be there. You $400 million deep in that, so he ain't going nowhere. He's already a hometown legend. You gave the city your first Super Bowl. You gave the city another Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs got 3 Super Bowls. I can be wrong, but Yeah, you already gave the city 3 Super Bowls. You was on the way of getting the 3-peat. You already gave them nearly a dynasty. He's not going nowhere, for one. For two, bro, why would they get Tyreek Hill knowing that it'd just be like an old man fest? Not to say Tyreek Hill is old, but he's getting older. You already got Travis Kelce, who soon is going to be retiring, I believe, especially him getting banged up. You got Patrick Mahomes, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be looking for new talent on the offensive side. And thirdly, you, like I said, again, you just came off an injury. Who in their right mind would want to sign you? And if they are, they're going to tell you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to tell you, bro, that contract that you got, that 50 mil, we will have to take that down to 20 or 30, 10 or 15 at most, bro. I'm telling you what's going to happen. They're not going to want to pay this man what he wants, so he's going to have to decrease it. Then, on top of that, they're saying Baltimore is thinking about touching him. Now, that's not a bad fit. That's not a bad fit. I mean, what Baltimore was doing in the offseason, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Derrick Henry in the backfield, which he's getting older. We don't know how much time he got left. Getting a Tyreek Hill wouldn't be a bad idea because it takes pressure off of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. It takes pressure off of Lamar Jackson because he ain't got to scramble as much. It takes pressure off of Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry don't have to run the ball all the time. And hey, you keep their legs energized, so when Lamar Jackson want to scramble for 5 to 10 yards, he can get that. If he wants to hand the ball to Derrick Henry, he can get that, take it to the end zone. And then you got Tyreek Hill, we can throw. So, and they got a pretty good offensive side of the ball anyway. It's just they be choking. So I personally think Tyreek Hill and Baltimore Ravens would be the best position for him. I think that'd be his best position. Because the Chiefs, I don't think they're gonna want him. Yeah, we can reunite, but I think Patrick Mahomes, they done already got used to being without him. You know what I mean? And they can make it to the Super Bowl without him. Bro, I don't think they're gonna want to sign him. I really don't think that's gonna happen. It'll be a good reunite because Tyreek Hill knows the system, Tyreek Hill knows the facility, and he knows the city. Yes, what he wants, but for them, they may be looking it out like, I don't know. Then, if we really being honest, people may look at Tyreek Hill as one of those like, well, what is the type of player he is when the chips start falling down? That whole situation with Miami was not a good look on Tyreek Hill. It's one thing to have a losing season and injury, but honestly, my conspiracy theory, I think the way the off the field situations and the way he was acting when they was losing, he wasn't acting like a horrible player, but he also was looking on some like he just didn't care no more, especially when he got injured. I felt like, and maybe he doesn't regret it, but if I was his manager, I would tell Tyreek, bro, you screaming and shouting and celebrating when you got injured, being rolled off that cart, and then taking a picture with your folks smiling like, oh yeah, I'm okay. But it's like a double meaning. Like, is you taking a picture with your people in the back of that ambulance like, oh, you okay? On some like, I'm good, don't worry about me? Or is you taking a picture on some like, man, they're going to have to pay me for the rest of the season? Other teams is looking at that like, bro, is he the type of player that's just going to come in for a check? Which honestly is all about the money. But is he the type of player that's going to come in for a check and then if the season goes bad, whatever, I'm getting paid anyway? Or is it on some like, when he gets injured, he's not going to care because, hey, win or lose, you know what I mean? Like, who are you when the chips are swallowing down? That's another thing they take into account. You feel me? So I don't know, bro. I really don't know if teams are really going to want to touch him. They are going to want to sign him because there's still talent. But is this not like a Stephon Diggs situation where there's scandals, where there's off the field drama? Not compared to Tyreek Hill. This is not one of those big situations. No. This is on some like, he has no value no more. Look at Tua's situation. And I'm going to drop that video. Tua went from getting 200 mil. People now they feel like he robbed Miami blind. So he signed on a 1 year with Atlanta Falcons with 1.3. Bro, if that's not you making a life, you got people that be like, oh, I make your whole yearly salary in 1 month. No, Tua made somebody's life savings. He made generational wealth money in just a couple of years. And yeah, same thing with Tyreek Hill, he made generational wealth money because not the average person will ever see 1 million, let alone touch it. But, bro, I don't know about Tyreek because your injury, the way losing season, and you think you still valuable other teams, but that GM, that's two things that hurt to that hurt Tyreek. Him getting injured in a way, the fashion he got injured, the way they rolled him off the wing was acting like he was celebrating, and that GM, anonymous GM saying, we was not gonna touch Tia. We're not gonna touch Tyreek Hill. Because they're insinuating because he doesn't have as much value. We're not going to touch him. He's not that guy no more. That's two things that hurt him. Because, bro, let's be honest. These GMs, these owners, bro, they meet up and talk. At NFL conventions, at players only, at GM only meetings, at owner meetings, bro. These people talk, bro. They talk. But, hey, man, it's your boy KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast. Let me know how you feel on this Tyreek Hill situation. Is he gonna get signed? Does he still hold value? Do you think he's gonna have a comeback season? Just let me know how you feel, man. It's your boy KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast. Give you the latest news on sports and events. With my information, I'll put it to you like this. If you got an opinion on what I say or said, debate me about it. You disagree on what I say or said, debate me about it. If you don't like what I say or said, debate me about it! Speaking of debating me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on, the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that's right. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'm out.